Wow, it's beautiful. Seriously, where are they all went? Then they saw Mrs. Min who was coming downstairs. I checked the upstairs room, you can stay there, come. They both went upstairs with Mrs. Min. This is your room, I'm leaving now. Mrs. Min, she turned around. Thank you. You can call me aunt as Juan said before. In this case, I better choose silence. Is he your friend? They both nodded. They don't know to whom she asked. You both look good together. Keep it up. She said and walked out of the room. You better stay away from me, bastard. You are the real ungrateful bastard here. One day I will literally kill you. And let me rest, I am so tired. Tai lay on the bed and while glaring at him, Jungkook walked out of the room. Where is Ryan and Anaya? I want to see them. What are they doing? This curiosity didn't let him in peace, so he came out of the room and tried to find them. Where can they be? What are you trying to do? Tai turned and saw Mr. Min in front of him. Actually, I want to know where is Ryan and Anaya. You are allowed to stay here. Is not it enough for you? Don't try to stick to any of my family members. Go to your room. I'm sorry, but can I meet them once? No, I'm saying last time. Go to your room. Taehyung felt himself helpless. He couldn't do anything and went to his room. He came inside the room and gets emotional as Mr. Min didn't let him meet Juan and Anaya. What harm will it do to him if I see them once? He lay down on the bed again when after a while Mrs. Min came to his room with food. Taehyung, have your food. He immediately wiped his tears and carefully sat up on the bed. Your food. Is this your medicine? Yeah. Eat your food and medicine, okay? I will come back after a while. Could you please tell me where is Ryan? She and Anaya is in their room. They had their dinner and now might be sleeping. I just want to meet them, but it's okay. Mrs. Min just gave a slight smile to Tai and walked out of the room. He was sad, but at least he got to know about them. Thinking this, he encouraged himself and started eating. After a while, when Mr. Min was watching television, Ryan was scrolling down the phone and Anaya was drawing something. Anaya, come, I will meet you to a special person. Mrs. Min said, walking towards her and held her hand and started taking her with her. And Ryan asked, Mom, where are you taking her? To Taehyung. He wants to meet her. Who told you to do whatever he wants? And I wouldn't go anywhere. And you stay away from him. Just give him food so he stay alive. I don't want to fight with you. Let's go, Anaya. Mrs. Min said calmly and Mr. Min go more angrily. Drawings. She took all the materials which was enough for much for her little hands to handle, so Mrs. Min helped her. Then Anaya held her finger and started going with her, and Mrs. Min stopped in midway and said, I don't know from which point of view you are seeing him, but right now all I can see is a father in him, and I can see his love for his daughter. So for now, please let Anaya feel her father love. Don't know if she will get it in the future or not. Maybe not him, but at least Anaya deserves this. She said and went with Anaya. Mr. Min looked at Ryan and somewhere he can feel that what Mrs. Min was saying, because he too have a daughter. But still for my daughter, I would never choose him. And I know my daughter very well. She would never choose him either. And Mr. Min was thinking all this, looking at Ryan. She was zoning out, without any thoughts, blankly staring at the floor. Tai already had his dinner and medicine and now he was just laying on the bed, thinking about wine, when the door opened and he slowly sat down on the bed and saw Mrs. Min standing at the door. But when Anaya's small figure came out from behind Mrs. Min, a big smile appeared on his lips, where she also smiled after seeing him. Anaya, come here. She walked up to him and stood beside his bed while smiling. She didn't sleep yet, so I brought her here. First he helped her to climb on his bed and she sat on the blanket. Thank you so much. Anaya, do you know him? She looked at Tai and then shook her head at no. What? You don't know me? How can you say that? Anaya, you really don't know him? You are Appa, she said looking at Tai and his eyes widened. You promised to keep it a secret. Did you forget? And Anaya was like, well, Mrs. Min couldn't stop herself from laughing because of their cute conversation. It's actually true, although she doesn't know it, but there is no problem if she calls me Appa, right? Mrs. Min didn't answer him. So Anaya, now I'm going, okay? No. and I have some work to do, so I have to go. And you have school tomorrow, so don't play for so long, okay? And don't bother him so much. Mrs. Minnie's smile slowly faded, but she tried her best to keep it. Your mama will not come. She was saying this because she doesn't really expect Wine to accept Thai. She knows Wine will never come back to Thai, but she also knows that it's all her choice whatever she wants. She was only feeling bad for Anaya, that she couldn't have her father love. Okay, bye, good night and enjoy. She smiled at Anaya and went from there. She have to come, Tai said, looking at the closed door, and then looked at Anaya with a smile. Anaya, are you okay now? So you were drawing, let's draw together. After this, they started drawing pictures together and having a lot of fun with each other. During this time, he kept talking to her and teaching her how to speak in a sentence properly, and also taught her some new words. Half an hour later, his room door again opened, and finally the moment came for which his heart was longing for a glimpse of her, and there she was standing at the door. She yelled in happiness after seeing Wine there. For how long you are going to be here? You have school tomorrow. Come to your room and sleep. You go and sleep. Wine's eyes widened in shock and Thai's eyes also widened in shock. I taught you to talk, not to. So that's what you are teaching her. She never talked back. And now you will not see her even for a second. Let's go. She carried her in her arms, took all the materials of her, and angrily walked out of the room. Wine, wait, he said and lay down on the bed, upset with himself. But who will told him, Taehyung, it's okay. Okay, so now let's say goodnight to him so he can sleep peacefully. Good night, sleep well. Days went by with the time and nothing changed between Tai and Wine. But Anaya, she was so happy with Tai, without knowing he is her real father. Anyway, she didn't have that mindset to understand these things. She was just a 4 years old child who had the symptoms of slow learning. 2 months passed and Tai performed his duty as a father very well. He taught her a lot, not only what to learn, but also how to learn, because somewhere he knows that that time was coming where it might be possible that he would have to leave them. Yes, he did his duty as a father very well, but left begging to love Wine. The silent begging which was definitely heard by her, but she had just lost the courage to respond. And he was himself the reason of his this suffering, so he had to suffer. He started it all, so he had to finish it. She didn't turn to see him, but he didn't lose hope and choose to wait. And that's what important if it is love. One of them have to be stubborn. Anaya usually comes straight to Taehyung's room after coming from school. This has become her routine now. Tai is completely fine now. He plays a lot with her and goes to malls, gardens and cafes. They are now used to each other. Wine knows that Anaya called him Appa. She didn't say anything on this. No one at home stops Taehyung from doing anything for Anaya. But Taehyung doesn't know the reason that why they let him do whatever he wants. He thought they are accepting him, but in reality they are waiting for him to leave. Right now, after playing with Taehyung, Anaya was sleeping in his room, where he was laying beside her, while admiring her face and softly raising her head, when the door opened and Wine entered in his room. Where is Anaya? He smiled happily and pointed with his eyes to the sleeping Anaya next to him. Wine walked over there and stood beside the bed. She is very beautiful, right? Every child at her age is beautiful. Do you know she likes painting very much? I guess she will become a painter in the future. I don't think so. But she can be whatever she wants. With the time her likes and dislikes will change. If she will be like me, then she will study a lot. And if she will be like you, then Wine rolled her eyes because she hates studying. She will become a great businesswoman. She didn't expect this. Wine, he said, but kept looking at her. So she said, what? Say it. You can see beside me. Her eyes widened. Did I ask you? I knew it. You just want to sleep with me. Now I know your intentions. Now I will not. How do you always know everything? Did I ever touch you in this time I spent in your house? I'm talking about your intentions. Then do you really think my intention would be just to sleep with you when we will be alone in a room at cold night and in the same bed? My intentions are not pure but vile for you. so don't think about them. And look at my actions. I didn't do anything with you yet. She got nervously anxious as she raised her hand to pick Anaya. He grabbed her wrist. Tomorrow is Anaya's birthday, and day after tomorrow, I'm leaving. Suddenly, Mr. Min said, "What are you doing here for this now? Just take Anaya and come out." They both looked at Mr. Min, who was standing at the door, and Wine started picking up Anaya in her arms. Why he always came in between? Wine heard it. "What did you say?" Nothing. I was just saying good night. Good night, Anaya. Good night, Wine. Good night." Mr. Min stopped him by his hand gesture, so he shut his mouth and they all went out of his room and he went to sleep. Tomorrow at night. It's looking like a bachelor party. Yeah, but many married couples are here. Anaya's school teachers, her little friend's parents are also here. But who decided the theme? I did it, even all the preparation. They let you do. My daughter's first birthday party which I am celebrating. Now she is 5 years old. You are satisfied? Not until celebrating my marriage anniversaries. They laughed together. Why are you not going to her? Her father is not letting me go closer to her. Look, he is standing with her and Taehyung. Why is she so friendly around Taehyung? She doesn't talk to me like she did with him. You and your all the problems are just... Someone clanked over a glass, drawing everyone's attention, and the lady who did it said, "Hello everyone, this is me, Nia, this party organizer, and I am Roy, her partner. We are going to play a couple game here. But if you are single, then this is especially for you." So this is a 5 years old of a dear Anaya's birthday party, but she is busy with her little friends, so we adults can have some fun. These are men, so let me tell you all, not the dirty one. She disappointed us. The game is so childish but pure, so let's play. So the game is this, that all the girls will write their names on a paper sheet and make airplanes of it. Then they will fly it higher, and the boy who catches it will become dance partner with her. That's why it's especially for singles. And who knows, maybe their hearts might even meet. So are you guys ready to play? Wine, I'm going to your mother. She is in the mansion with all the kids. Yes, Dad, she is there. And if you are tired, so go and rest, okay? Okay, Jin, take care of her. He said and went from there while Wine furrowed her brows in confusion that why he said Jin to take care of her. But she didn't think much about it and enjoyed the show. And here Mr. Min's actual meaning was Thai. He said to take care of her from Thai. He really doesn't like him, and it's obvious no father would like a man who hurt his daughter even once. The sheets were distributed among all the girls. All of them wrote their names on it and was ready with their paper plans. Now all the girls stand on my side and the boys on Roy's side. They were following instructions. Now all the girls be ready. Boys, keep watching it. All the papers fly higher with the flow of beach, ready to meet their destinies. Thai's eyes were only on Wine's plane when suddenly he pinned with someone, and in a blink of an eye it got mixed with others. He got confused and tried to find it, but all of them were of same color, so it is impossible to find it now. His heart started beating so fast, making him anxious. How can I lose it? He said with his moist eyes. Hey, are you crying? You lost it. Come on, it's just a game, don't be sad. Thai closed his eyes and placed his palm against his chest, feeling his own heartbeat. It's just a game, don't take it seriously. Look, I found mine. You are right. He slightly smiled with his closed eyes and accepted whatever Jungkook said. When his eyes opened and directly met Wine, who was standing enough far away from him, and for his surprise, she was also looking at him, while her open hair was slowly moving with the cold breeze, giving an ethereal look to her. He smiled towards her, but she was just looking at him, and for once he realized that maybe she was trying to see that paper in his hand, and when she didn't find, she diverted her gaze from him and walked away from there, making his smile fade. He looked around and found that everyone was opening those paper airplanes, while some people were standing without it, and some were still searching for it. Who's this lucky girl who caught me? Thai didn't listen to him and walked away from there in search of something that he also don't know, and ended near the pool where he found Jin and some other people, but his gaze suddenly fell on the pool water where a airplane paper was floating in the middle of pool. Look, there was a one. Who will go in this cold water and wear their expensive clothes in this winter just for a small piece of paper? Let's go. Tai smiled wildly and directly jumped into the pool, which drew everyone's attention to him. He did so in his expensive three-piece of coat, suit, and other accessories. He swam to the middle of the pool and finally gripped that airplane. He immediately opened it and there it was, Wine's name, which made him beyond happy. I knew it. He again swam and came out of the pool, breathing heavily because of the swimming in cold. I got it. Look, I got it. The crowd cheered for him. Okay, now saw me. Then I will announce the name. Here, he said happily, extending the paper to him, but the paper had completely dissolved and there was no name. Oh, I can't see the name. The paper has been dissolved. Not I also saw it and his smile faded. But I saw it. There was her name, Wine. And you can see no one had the paper of Wine's name. But this is not the game. I have to see the name. Sorry, but it can't be counted. I got sad listening him as he wanted to do it for Wine. He saw that in her eyes she won this, but now he loses it. You should change your clothes. Weather is getting cold, and if you want, you can dance with the girl. Just ask it from her. It's not that simple. You are completely drenched. You should change your clothes. Taehyung find it's very cold. Go inside. He listened then and for once looked around to see Wine, but she was nowhere, so he just took a deep breath, accepting his fate, and turned around to leave. But he just took a few steps forward when the same paper airplane fell ahead of him. He looked at it and instantly turned around, where he saw Wine in front of him, while other people around them were only looking at them. Wine, I'm sorry. For what? She asked, but he couldn't answer and looked down. Can't you be normal for once? He looked at her. Stupid. But it was enough to hear. Now will you open it or should I take it back? He smiled and picked it up from the ground. Wine, he said with a smile after seeing her name on the paper. Sorry, I was distracted earlier and couldn't catch it. It doesn't matter what you were in the past, but what you are today. That's why stop it now and behave normal. And let me see what exactly you are. His eyes get starry in happiness. Thanks. She didn't let him complete his words and said, I didn't forgive you. I will never forgive you. But it's just a chance. He smiled softly and said, thanks. He gave the paper to Roy, on which he also saw Wine's name. Okay, so our last couple is Taehyung and Wine. The crowd cheered for them both. Now go, Taehyung. The slightly nodded while smiling, and with the last glance of Wine, who was looking at the ground, he walked inside the mansion. After some time, after taking bath with hot water, he came out of the bathroom wrapping only a towel around his torso, which Wine saw. He was about to scream as he didn't see her before, but he stopped after seeing her while she was sitting on the edge of his bed. You shameless, she said, looking another side. Me shameless? You knew I was taking a bath, still you came in my room, sat on my bed, and saw me and me shameless. You are going tomorrow, so I just come to talk to you about something, she said, looking down. Did you see something? Her eyes widened and she looked away. No, liar, I really didn't see anything. Where are you looking at? Look into my eyes and say. She took a deep breath and looked into his eyes and said, I didn't, but it stopped when her gaze went to his well-pulled abs, which are more tough than before, and her lips parted in amazement. She had already seen his everything, but almost 5 years ago. It's really been a long time now. Want a bite? Her eyes widened in shock and she looked at him. What? What the are you saying? I still remember your violence, so I just asked. Her eyes again widened while he slowly started walking towards her, increasing her already increased heartbeat, and she immediately got up from the bed. I should leave. You wear your clothes. She started leaving, but he stopped her, saying, Can you please find some suitable clothes for me from the wardrobe, which I can wear while dancing with you? His heart started pounding against his chest. She gulped and nodded her head while looking down and went towards his wardrobe. After she went, he said, Your presence is giving me life, he said while smiling and went to her. The wardrobe was open and she was glancing through all his clothes to find a perfect one, and when she found it, she took it out and turned around but saw him in front of her, and her heart skipped a beat as they both kept looking at each other. What are you looking at? What did you think? She took a pause and said, Nothing. Here, that's what I select for you. Now it's up to you, wear whatever you want, I'm going. She's left out of there. After some time, when he wear his clothes, he went downstairs to the party where all the couples are ready to dance. When Thai came here, he saw everyone was dancing, where Wine was standing apart from them, probably waiting for him. He went to her and cleared his throat, gaining her attention, and said, "May I?" He said, extended his hand, but she just looked at him with a straight face. Please, the corner of her lips lifted up as she smiled just a little and gave her hand to him, and they went to dance floor and started dancing together. You didn't answer me. Of which question? She asked, so he whispered in her ear, "Wanna bite?" That make Wine speechless. Why you are not answering? I don't have answer for this question. Oh, that's mean you don't want to say no, but you are shy to say yes. But shy and you? Why can't I be shy? I'm not a human. Look, that's mean you're really shy to say yes. It's okay, Wine, I understand you. What? Your imagination is on another level. Only with you. Shut up. Make me, please. Oh God, can't you stop talking? But I am talking. Why are you blaming God for this? Seriously, taehyung. And that's how he didn't stop talking and keep flirting with her. She acted frustrated but definitely enjoyed it. After a while, when all of them were still enjoying the dance, suddenly all the lights went off. What happened? It's because I want to show you something. Come with me, love. She remained silent and went with him wherever he wanted to take her, holding his hand in this unknown darkness. She was amazed by the sudden change of her surrounding, and just one word came out of her mouth. Beautiful. Still not more than you, he whispered in her ear from behind her, which made her stunned, and so she tried to turn, but he stopped her, saying, "Don't." And she stopped. I have one more question for you. That he paused for a while. That he again stopped, but then finally asked, "Can I touch you?" Without any restriction, without any fear of you pushing me away. Can I whine? Her back was towards him, and there was just an inch gap in between them, as if he knows the answer. She was not saying anything while he was waiting for her answer, and finally she said, "Yes." And with this answer of her, he slowly wrapped his arms around her waist and his forehead against her back of head, and a deep breath left out of his mouth. They both remained silent while he slowly hugged her more close to him. "Now can I ask a question?" His eyes were closed, he hummed in response. "Know how to hug you back without any fear of you pushing me back again?" His eyes opened as he was stunned by her question, but he understood that's not her fault. He backed away from her and turned around towards him. He placed her both hands on her cheeks and gave a warm kiss of comfort on her forehead. "For that you have to hug me, then I will give you a gun full of bullets, and if I ever try to push you away from me, then you will kill me right there. Stop joking around. That's not the solution. The solution is mine, and I'm ready to wait. You have to." After this, they both smiled towards each other. "Wine, I have something for you, and don't think about its future. I know it will take time, but one day it will happen." So he went down on his knees and took out a box from a pocket, and it was obvious what in that box by a glance of it. He opened that box, displaying the expensive shining diamond ring inside of it. "Will you marry me, Wine?" Wine was smiling, looking at him, and then that ring, as she really can't believe he is proposing her, and she never expected this moment will come in her life now. "I promise I will always take care of you and our daughter and the upcoming little members who will join our family." Listening this, her smile slowly started fading away, but anyhow she kept it on her face and said, "I can't be your mother again." He was not shocked or something and again asked, "Will you marry me? Did you listen to me?" "Yes, I do, and if I said truth, my knees is hurting so much, so will you please?" "But my answer depends on you now." "I love you, Wine. I love you so much. I only need you in my life. I will die without you. I want to marry with you and be older with you. And about gymnasts, we will adopt them as many as you want. And also, I can't see you in pain anymore. So that's perfectly fine. And I promise I will take a gun from Jungkook and will give it to you. If I did something, so just shoot me." Stop, but again asked, "Will you marry me?" She smiled, looking at him in happiness, and said, "Taehyung, yes, I will marry you. I love you too." Huh? He was beyond shocked and happy as Wine never said love you to him. You really? He immediately get up and said, I love you, Ryan. I love you too, Tai. He immediately hugged her in happiness, threw her with him in his arms. Time we will fall. I love you so much. I love you. Oh my ear, leave me, bastard. He put her down and her legs finally touched the ground when she was about to say something but couldn't as he kissed her. A passionate kiss which made her breathless as he was not ready to leave her. After a while when he was done they backed away. But you know right, you have to wait. We will not marry now. Okay, but we will live like a boyfriend girlfriend. Messages so many days, coming in your room at night, meeting while hiding from your dad, and then got called and beaten up. Well, I don't mind, but after a proper meeting. She laughed at him and he again hugged her excitedly. And that's how they are going to spend their rest of life happily living together. One by one, all the problems started solving on its own. Their parents was not so happy by this, but they accepted happily with Anaya. And after seeing both of them love and care towards each other, finally they were satisfied. They both enjoyed their bachelor life a lot till they got satisfied and decided to marry each other. After this, they lived like a happy romantic married couple, and soon they felt a need of a new member in their family, so they adopted a newborn baby boy. But when he grew up, then soon, at the perfect time, they both were blessed by the unexpected pregnancy of Wine, in which she got twins.